That's awesome. And I think that's the thing that's really interesting as you go through what you're saying. It's all just people. Whether you find them on Facebook, whether you find them on Twitter, doesn't really matter. They're all people. And you
Yeah.
have to talk to somebody and find out what they need. And then if you have what they need, you sell it to them, which I know sounds oversimplistic. And I'm going to ask you a bunch of tactics and stuff like that, but it's really funny. I'm doing a ton of calls with potential clients this week to talk to a bunch of people. And like hearing their stories is so amazing because you forget when they become analytics on your website or, people buy stuff and they're just numbers. You're like, oh, this is a number. But when you
Yeah.
actually talk to people, it's a real person on the other end that you're really trying to help. And the fact that you care about whether or not, they're doing it because they really want to, not because you figured out the red button and the, arrow thing. That's huge. Having integrity, especially online, because a lot of people don't. I think that's amazing. I still want to know all the tactics that you use though. So,
Sure.
so when you're going through, especially those first few years, I know Facebook has changed,
Yeah.
but what were some of the biggest tactics that really made the difference for you?
Yeah. So it was really connecting personally with people. So when I first started, it was the distance learning program, and through creating the certification training. So we have two offerings now. We have a certification training, and we have a program for the public. Through creating the certification training, I realized I needed this whole front end to obviously bring in customers. Now that may seem obvious to you, but to me, I was like, oh right, there has to be things that bring these people to us. Like the program may be great, but if nobody knows about it, who cares? And so I made a decision that we were going to have a policy of no email goes unanswered, no comment goes uncommented on, and no message goes unresponded to. So that was just something that like felt really important to me. Now, granted, this was like back when we had an email list of a couple thousand and we had like a couple thousand Facebook fans. So it was way more doable. We've actually stuck to that and we still do that 4 years
Well,
later.
and you can kind of tell the value you have to offer with how many people are coming towards you to ask you for that value, right?
Yeah.
Especially online. Because at the
Yeah.
beginning, when nobody knows you, you're like, listen to me, listen to
Well,
me.
and there's so much noise, I feel like even now, guys, I feel like everybody and their mother is doing I don't even know if that's an expression, whatever. Okay. I feel like, everybody's giving away a ton of free content. Like that's
Yep.
the thing right now. And
Yeah.
it's interesting thing is like we have a certification program, but we also have info products. And I think the info product space is changing because like even with like ebooks, right? Like people used to be able to charge $45 for an ebook. And now there's sites where for like $9 a month, you can access thousands of ebooks.
Yeah.
So it's really important to figure out not only like can you give great content, but what is the result that you're offering people? And a lot of marketing is focused on pain point marketing, like what's your pain? But like why not like one of the things that we kind of do that I think maybe is different is we speak to like past pain, where do you want to go? Like what's the transformation? Because if you're just a problem solver, then you're just Google. Like you can type it to Google. Like if you have like I have a cut on my arm, what should I do? If you're just a problem solver, you're a commodity.